What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solomon Circus Market Watch. Before we dive in, I just want to make you guys know that do not take anything I say as advice. This is just not any financial advice. This is obviously just what I think and my opinions on the subject, as well as before we dive in, don't forget to comment, subscribe. And today we're going to be going over a little bit of the it's getting close to the WCQ season. Well, it is WCQ season, but we're getting close to the American WCQ. So Monsters Revenge is the latest set here, and we are going to be seeing. We're looking at Yu-Gi-Oh right now, best selling. We see Hypernova, Triple Thrust, one of the best cards out of this whole set. This card is going to be everywhere. If you don't have your play sets, pick them up now. You're going to be needing them if you're going to be going to any of these big events. Have a play set or at least have two of them. So just for all these power cards, a lot of them are at limited or semi-limited here. Being able to search for your one of Duster or your one of Talents in your deck is pretty crazy. Then we have Assault Synchron. Everyone's picking these cards up because it is a crazy card. It went way down in price, which we are going to be looking at later in the video. And then Grounds, I don't think this is worth picking up right now. I think it's going to crash a little bit more. People are just hyped for this deck. I don't know why. It's not too great. And then we're going to be going over the rest of it in this market watch here. Don't be buying Prosperities, boys. So diving in, we're going to be looking at the quarter century rares. This was the biggest stuff out of the battles set here. This is all the 25th centuries here. So we also have these ones here, and people are buying these over the other ones, which is kind of interesting to me. I thought that this card would be a little bit bought out more. And seeing the Volcanic also above some other ones here. Seeing Volcanic above stuff like the Punk is very interesting to me. And we see Slifer all the way down compared to the rest of the God cards, which is also interesting. But yeah, I don't know how people feel about these. People call them the fake Starlights. I like them a lot. We see the Sky Striker Love right here, being the best one of selling of them. I picked up one of these myself for max rarity, and I'm pretty glad I got it for a very nice price. Under this price, almost by half. So I'm very, very glad about that. Looking at the 25th century, this set was pretty bad. I don't know why I'm showing this one off, to be honest. Then we're going to go into the singles here. Wake Up Your Elemental Hero is a card that was out in Maze of Memory. We've talked about this before on the channel. Very good card. We see it spiking up in price. I feel like you should pick up any hero player should have this card. We're seeing it going to 7. We're seeing it going to 8. There's lots of listings for it. But if you guys want to pick this up now before, the heroes gets more stuff and be played more. I think it could be very good for the local level. And then we have Nibiru here. It was dived off very bad, but entering a competitive format, people are picking them up. Ultra rares, I would stay away from this. But for $5, I could pick this up. I could understand having a set of these, if you want them. It's a very standard card to have in the new format, and definitely pick these up if you're going to play it. But make sure you remember about that reprint in November, being wildly available. And I don't think I do not think they're going to be short printing Nib at all in that set. Then we look at Baron de Fleur. This card, everyone's staying away from this card. This card is just crashing. We see it reprinted in this, as well as a November reprint as well, and that's what people have to realize. Yes, it is a long way away, but it's going to affect our market today. I would continue to stay away from these, but I would hold on to yours if you have the original print and stay away from this maze of memories here. Then we have moving on to the decks that are not going to be affected or going to be one of the best decks from the WCQ. I'm going to believe that it's going to be branded here. I think this deck's going to be taking it off. We do have branded fusion and opening at 1 in the OCG. So if Worlds does follow the same results, they will be at 1 both. But this deck has so many ways of getting it. Branded in red being such a disgusting card. We have no expulsions, but lots of crazy branded cards. And then the Bestials, we see Bestial Lubellion still being the highest bought at a $70 mark. I'd pick these up. I would stay away from these, actually. I forget about the Megatins every year. If you're going to play in this, you only need to pick up one of them, so I would do that. But, Bestial Despater, I'd pick that card up. This card I can see going up in price. Dragon Link is a very good deck. I think more players can be playing it. Looking at the Lubellion here, this is one of the only ones that crashed and then went up in price. So we see actually it went down again, which is interesting as well. Going almost $60 change here. Very, very nice. But like that was a steal. That must have not been a register. That must have been someone who forgot, because like we see these going up and they were disappearing. There's only 11 listings here, and they go up to 300 really quickly here. So I'd pick up your copies if you want to play this. It's only a one of. And then we have, continuing with the Dragon Link, we have Starly, Safer. You can pick up the Albaz ones from the deck, or you can go for the Bling Bling, mid-max rarity here. The 2020 is a very nice rarity. The ones I have, unless you're an OG Dragon Link player, then you probably have your secret rares. And these have been going up over the years, and I can't see this going down anytime soon, to be honest. Dragon Link is always going to be in that in the format, so I would hold my copies if I had them. Here we're going to the secondary deck. We're going to Labyrinth. Labyrinth isn't very hit in the OCG either. So we have like a lot of crazy cards, and I think this card's going to be this deck's going to be well represented as well. Ariana, the debatable 3 of in the deck. All these stuff, like, just playing at 3. We see Tactical Masters, $3 for this, $5, whatever you want to pay. These just crashing the market for these as well. I didn't pull any of these into my 3 box, so I think it's interesting. I was staying away from all the Labyrinths. A $5 card. This was $20 at one point. Just all this great stuff here. And then Sky Striker. Iggy, Iggy Azalea being the highest bought out card here in this. And we have Mobilize Engage, being $5 once again. I'd pick this card up. I could see this card being a little bit more like, being a $10 card like this one here. But yeah, $5, $200. This is a very, very nice deck. Multi-roll is at 3, but I don't think only lists play 2 of them, And just, Magnificent Mavens reprinting the stuff on a nice ultra rare is very nice as well for like the players who want to play it. $5 is kind of crazy for a afterburners to me. Then we have Kashtira. Kashtira will not be part of the WCQ at all, but we will probably see them at Nats. It'll be there at WCQ. I don't think this is really the best deck anymore. It does lose its consistency. Yes, it's still a very good deck. But like this card, $40, $35. $3 for Unicorn. This card was like $15 at one point. $2. This deck has crashed. Pretty crazy. These are so close to the same price. If you're gonna be buying Fenris, just buy the Ultimates. They're so much nicer than these. Very, very insane there to me. And then we have Sprites. This deck is cheap, so close to the same price. Why would you go for secret rares when the ultis look so nice? If you get those swirls, well, I like it. And then now we have, I think the whole deck is in rarities. They did our Jet dirty by leaving him and the Carrot, or leaving him in red in the super rares. They should have gave us the ultra rare printings in the Monsters Revenge, but I guess we'll have Revenge next time. The deck could have been in a beautiful matching rarity there. Then, going with the copy of Sprite, you gotta go with your Runics. And, yeah, this doesn't seem very right. There's no way all these cards are bought out. That has to be something wrong there. Right? I'm not missing anything here. Okay. I don't know why it went to all there, but like seeing the runic cards here, I was like, that'd be wild. We see them going up. I think that this is a very good deck to pick up, other than the fact that it's going to be reprinted. But what are they going to be missing? The Megatins normally miss one card. What's that going to be? Is it going to be Destruction? Is it going to be Dispelling? It's probably be one of the super rares for sure. But I guess choose your pick. Which one is it going to be there? My guess is it's going to be on Freezing Curses, to be honest. I think they're going to skip out on this card. I don't know why, but that's just going to be my vibe. Now we have Exo Sisters, How did Exo Sister win the YCS? This deck is actually good. I was telling my friend Ben, shout out to Ben over there, like he should play this deck at locals. This deck can come in. Almost every single deck minus Cash is touching their graveyard. And even Cash is kind of touching their graveyard as well with the Scareclaw Kashtira. But every single one of these decks touch the graveyard or are graveyard a little bit reliant. Like Martha being able to banish one of your opponent's cards, hitting it with a Medidi Crow could be very, very good. As well as a lot of decks, still die to Shifter. We all know this. But a lot of these cards are pretty crazy. But it doesn't seem like anybody really wants to be playing the Exo Sisters, which is kind of weird to me. Let me know down in the comment section below if you want to play Exo Sisters or why you think that people are not playing this deck. Seeing McAllister for like $5 is kind of wrong. Seeing this card for under 10 is just insane to me. This card was $20 at the time. This is some very nice cards. Then we have Sword Soul, everyone's classic favorite. We're going to be seeing branded and Sword Soul for the rest of our lives. Normal Summon Moyi Effect. The old reliable here, very, very cheap. I understand why people have it. I have a quarter of this myself, to be honest. I would pick up these. Like, if you're going to spend $5 on the copy of Sword Soul Moyi, you might as well spend, I guess, let's see if it's $15 here. We see it creeping up again, $6, $5. If you want your lowest unconverted is $6 and then we have the Emergence as well for $5. It doesn't matter what rarity you pick up. They're both ultra rares. Now you have, I guess, $15. A playset, damaged. I wouldn't buy damage. But lightly played, I'd probably fuck with that. Going for copies for $36, $45. At one point, Mojis themselves were $45. So I guess getting a playset of these, they look beautiful in Secret Rare. If you want the original rarity, I'd go for the Secret Rare here myself, personally. Then we're looking at Starlight Shizhao. This card, a little bit of a bounce back, but falling down. I don't like no German cards, to be honest, just my choice. $220 for this card. Seemed a little bit crazy. I remember when this card was like $200. It being the Starlight Rare, I understand. I just don't think that synchros look great in Starlight Rare myself. I would stay away from that. Now, another deck that's going to be very good for the WCQ format. We're going to see Vanquish Souls. This deck is insane here. 7 of the ultra rares in that Wishu Wild Survivors box. Going to this deck is just absolutely insane. We haven't had anything like it before. Having like this card's insane. The Ryzen, everyone really knows now you just want to stop this card. So if they were stopping this card, we're pretty much doing great, but still you have to stop it. Better have it situation here. But this deck can be quite explosive. I like when it pops off. I think I'd stay away from the these CRs a little bit myself, but seeing Panther at $1 feels kind of bad. But depending on what they get, I can see one day this card being banned, to be honest. Rocket Vanquisher, Link 1 is pretty busted. Talking about Rock, here we are. Card has plummeted, but for $15, I could see it. If all the cards were $15, I could see this. I know a lot of the players wanted to play this deck, but unfortunately it's just way too expensive, which is kind of rough. Then we have Rika. This deck still untouched. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And this is the set they missed. They reprint everything in Maze, and they just said, Snowdrop? Nah, forget about it. So unfortunately, we have this card here being the best-selling as well as one of the most expensive, almost half the price of Teardrop here in the CR, which does look really, really nice. We have Strana being $250. I remember when this card was worth absolutely nothing. But lots of great stuff here. Glamour being $8 feels so crazy. I'd pick this up. It's a good core to have, even if you're not going to play it. Then we see Snowdrop. I remember picking up Snowdrops for at one point they were like 50 cents. Let's go back to a year. Here they're like $3, and then they reprinted all the stuff $2, and then just boom, $7. And ever since then, we've been up in the prices here. $15 for this feels kind of rough, but will we see this in another set? I do not know. This is a kind of a shorter one, but we're going to be packing it up real short. I think people will want to watch more short stuff. But going over the last set here, I'd say pick up your Assault Synchrons for Dune. That set's going to come out with some more of the Synchron stuff. Stay away from your Sky Striker Ace unless you're going to be playing it. Duality, the best card in this set. Rite of Aramis here. Most people who have their stuff should already had a playset unless they sold it trying to get the higher rarity. But if you're spending $15, you're spending $15. Zeus for 10s, I'd pick these up. If you can squeeze one in. Always have two, a new player at locals, able to get one of these. Always great to have locally. Super Poly, another great card. It looks beautiful in Secret Rare. My boy Lubellion. Foxy Tunes look amazing in Secret Rares as well. Almost better than CRs, maybe. That Pizza Grease rarity is not my favorite. $3 IP Mascarenas. Now this is a penny stock. Buy these up, hold these. We'll see this. This will treat you well in the long term. And then we see Shadows Light for under $1. That feels so bad. One day this card will be good, I feel like. So maybe hold on to a couple play sets of these. And, you know, Bells for 5 is very fair as well. The Iblis, once again, for under like, this card was like $15. Buying these, Nessie and Iblis, and as well as like Terraforms, I think this could treat you well in the future for penny stocks, to be honest. And to finish it off, we're going to be looking at the second page, and that's it. You know, golden rules. I think this card was overhyped. Pick up, overhyped. I have one of these. It's a $40 card. That feels so rough now. But at least it is not a copy of Exoff Hydra there. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you guys want to see more content like this. And let me know in the comment section below what cards you're going to be picking up soon. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Stay safe. Peace.